Hello and welcome everyone to this part 2 of the video of the chapter The Festival of Eid. So in the previous lesson, in the previous video, we have seen that we have reached so far that Hamid has reached to the fair and he has only 3 paise. He doesn't want to spend his money in anything which is not useful. So that's why he has been roaming in the fair and searching for something which he thought that key useful for him. Okay, so suddenly when he was roaming around, he found a hardware shop. Now what happened then? Let's see in the chapter. A pile of tongs. He has seen a pile of tongs. It occurs to him that his granny does not have a pair of tongs. That he thought that in his house there is no pair of tongs. What is tongs? Tongs means there is a iron rod and it has been separated like the fork, and if you want to hold something with the help of that, so you can hold it. Okay, in villages people used to use these type of tools to make chapatis. Okay, so Hamid instantly thought that he doesn't have anything like tongs in his house, and because of that, whenever the grandmother used to prepare chapatis or make chapatis, she used to burn hand on the iron plate. Okay, so she would be very pleased if Hamid will bring those tongs to her. She would never burn her fingers. It would be a useful thing to have in the house. Okay, so Hamid thought, okay, this is worth of my money, so I will buy this. Hamid asked the shopkeeper how much for this pair of tongs. Hamid asked the shopkeeper that what is the cost of this? It will cost you 6 paise. Shopkeeper said 6 paise, but he has only 3 paise. Hamid's heart sinks, but he put on a brave face and says, I will give you 3 paise for it, take it or leave it. Okay, this is the way of doing negotiation, okay, or bargaining. He proceeds to walk away, but the shopkeeper calls Hamid back and gives him the pair of tongs. Hamid carries it on his shoulder as if it were a gun and walk up to his friend proudly to show it off. Okay, so now as he bought those pair of tongs with all of the money he has, that is 3 paise, and then he walked off towards his friend and he was carrying that pair of tongs in his shoulder like a gun. So Mahmood said, are these tongs some kind of toy? Okay, now all those boys have started being curious about that and they started asking that key, what is these tongs? These are not toys. Okay, why not? Hamid retorts. Okay, Hamid is saying that why don't you think that these are toys? Place them across your shoulder and it is a gun. Okay, if you are putting it like this in your shoulder, then it will look like a gun. Weld them in your hands and it's look like a tong carried by the singing medicine. And if you are holding in your hand, so it seems like a musical instrument which the sages used to use. They can make the same clanging as pair of the cymbals on hit from the tongs, and they will all be reduced to dust. Okay, he has also said that if I will hit your toys with my these tongs, this pair of tongs, then your toys will be turned into dust. And much as your toys may try, they could not bend a hair on the head of my tongs. And if your toys will want to do something to my tongs, they could not do anything of my tongs because my tongs are very strong. Now it is well past 9 a.m. and the sun is getting hotter every minute. The pair of tongs has by now managed to divide Mahmood, Sami and Noore on one side and Hamid all by himself on the other side. Okay, the boys who have bought toys, they were thinking that their toys are superior, but Hamid has a different opinion and he is saying that my pair of tongs are superior than you, stronger than your toys. Hamid's opponents are reluctant to take him on in debate, and Hamid is right after all. Okay, Hamid's friends were thinking and they don't want to lose the debate, but they know that Hamid was right. Whatever he is saying is right. They are engaged in a heated argument about the supremacy of the iron over clay. The supporters of clay are fighting a losing battle. Hamid argues that tongs are like a brave tiger because they can reduce all the clay toys to dust. Also, if a real tiger were to attack the clay toys, they would all run and hide, while the tongs would attack the tiger head on. It does not make sense, but our three heroes are utterly squashed by the end of it. Hamid wins in the field, his tongs reign. Okay, so they were having an argument, they were having a tough debate. Okay, all the clay toys people, Mahmoud, Noore, and Mohsin, they knew that they are not going to win this, but they were pursuing something by saying something. But Hamid has strong argument, and he said that ki my pair of tongs are like tiger. Okay, it can do anything. Your toys are just waste. Okay, so by that he has won this argument. Okay, and rest of the boys were started thinking that ki, okay, their toys were not that useful. The boys began to make terms of peace. Okay, so that's why the boys started making peace with Hamid, and they thought that ki, okay, you give me your tongue for a while, I will hold it, and you can also touch my toy for a while. Okay, that's what Hamid was wanted, since that they have bought those toys. Okay, so Mohsin said that, and Mahmoud and Noore has followed the same thing. So both Mahmoud and Noore similarly offer the toys. Hamid has no hesitation in agreeing to these terms. Okay, because Hamid knew that his tongs are not going to be break. Okay, so they could not do any harm to his tongue, so that's why he has no lose. Okay, nothing to lose. The tongs pass from one hand to another, and the toys are in turn handed to Hamid. Finally he gets to hold them. How lovely they are. Okay, so Hamid started thinking that these toys are very beautiful. Okay, and he started thinking that how lovely these toys are. Hamid tries to wipe the tears of his defeated adversaries. Okay, he started saying to his friend that ki, Ore, I was just pulling your leg. Okay, this my tongs are nothing in front of your beautiful toys. Okay, these are superior than my tongs. But now the friends has been convinced that ki, their toys are not that good. Okay, but they are not consoled. Hamid has to admit that no mother will be as pleased as with the toys as his granny will be when she sees the tongs. All he had was 3 paise, and he has no reason to regret the way he has spent them. Okay, so he has spent his entire money in proper place, which is very useful, and he knew that his grandmother will be very happy with this. Moving on to the next. By 11, all those who had gone to the fair were back at home. And the village was agog with excitement. So it was a day of festival, so that's why there's a huge hue and cry in the entire village. People were moving from one person's house to the another person's house. Now as soon as Mohsin has reached to his house, what happened? Mohsin's little sister ran up to him, snatched the water carrier out of his hands, and began to dance with joy. Mr. Water Carrier slipped out of her hand, fell on the ground, and went to paradise. Okay, so as soon as the sister has taken that toy from Mohsin's hand and she started dancing, somehow she has slipped that, and because of that it has fell down and broken into pieces. After that the brother and sister began to fight, and soon both had a lot of cry about. Okay, they started crying a lot after that. Noore's lawyer met with a similar fate. He was provided an exalted seating like a king on his throne, a wooden plank supported by the nails driven into the wall. He thought that he will place his lawyer on wall with the help of a wooden platform, but as soon as he put there and he started fanning it, okay, one harsh blow with the fan, and what happened? The toy has crashed down on the ground, and it has also turned into pieces, and then Noore has to throw it into the dung heap. Okay, where they used to throw the cow dungs, he has to throw his toy in that also, because it has turned into pieces and it is of no good after that. Now Mahmood's policeman was put on duty to the guard the entire village. Now Mahmood thought that okay, I have a policeman, so I will put that in duty, and it has to guard the entire village. And what is the village for him? His room. Okay, so that's why he has made a little place where he could make his policeman stand, and he was carrying it throughout his room, and he was thinking that it is guarding the entire village. And then after that, Mahmood has tripped on something. Okay, he got hit on something on his leg, and because of that he tripped, and his toy has also crashed down to the ground, but his entire toy wasn't broken. One of the leg has been broken by it. Okay, so that's why Mahmood thought that okay, he will stick it with the help of the sticky milk of banyan, but it was not successful. The operation was not successful. So what he thought that okay, let me cut the another leg also, break the another leg also, and make him comfortable to sit somewhere. Okay, so that's what he has done. He break the another leg and make him sit somewhere. So that was happened with the clay toys. Now this is the time for Hamid also to reach to his house, and let's see that what was grandmother's reaction. So Hamid was also home. As soon as he heard his voice, Granny Amina ran out of the house, picked him up and kissed him. Suddenly she noticed the tongs in his hand. Where did you find these tongs? Then Hamid said, I bought them. How much did you pay for them? He said, 3 paise. Granny Amina is annoyed. She became angry that I gave you 3 paise to buy something for you, buy some toys, okay, buy some sweets or something, and to eat all those, but you have done something else. Okay, so what is happening with you? Anything to eat or drink, and what do you buy? Tongs. Could not you find anything better in the fair than this pair of tongs? Hamid replied in injured tones. Okay, Hamid thought that grandmother will be happy, but now she is angry. So he became little sad, and in that sad tone he is saying, you burn your fingers on the iron plate, that is why I bought them. Okay, Hamid said that whenever you are making chapatis, and because of that your fingers used to be burned, so that's why I have bought this. The old woman's temper suddenly changed to love. Now when grandmother was angry by knowing that he has bought tongs, but now as soon as she heard that these are for her, so the entire anger thing has turned into love. Love that was mute, solid and seeped with tenderness. What a selfless child, what concern for other, what a big heart. How he must have suffered seeing other boys buying toys and gobbling sweets. Okay, grandmother started thinking that he must have gone through a lot of things. Okay, he has seen his friends who are buying toys, he must have seen his friends who are buying sweets, but he has forgot all those things. He did not care about all those things. What is the thing which he cared for most is for his grandmother. Okay, so he suppressed his own feelings, and he has bought a pair of tongs only for his grandmother. Even at the fair he thought of his old grandmother. Granny Amina's heart was too full for words. Okay, she was up to the brim, she was full with emotions, that's why she was not able to say anything. Tears flow down her face as she blesses her grandson. How was Hamid to understand what was going on in her heart? So being a child, Hamid was never going to understand that what is going on in grandmother's heart. Okay, but she was very happy. So that was the story. Thank you for being with us. We are giving you an assignment, and you have to complete that along with the question answers, and I hope you are being safe at home. Thank you.